All right. We are back to the segment we all love, the interview session. Yeah. Today's topic is leveraging social media for career growth under the theme Digital Age Opportunities, empowering youth for a connected future. So today our guest is Priscilla Oseiwusu, and she's a communications and marketing associate at InnoHub. So Priscilla Oseiwusu is a communications and digital marketing professional with experts in helping entrepreneurship support organizations, corporate bodies, and SMEs apply and amplify their impact, attracting audience and building trust brands. And she has experience in handling digital campaigns and content strategies for notable projects, combining creativity with data-driven approaches to deliver results. She also strengthens internal communications, capture impact stories, and delivers and believes in building trust and engagement through effective communication. She supports brands to scale, designs converting campaigns and crafts inspiring stories. Today we have Priscilla as our guest. If she's here, she can give us shout outs to our listeners. Priscilla, are you here? Okay. Please, can you hear me? Yeah. Our guest is Priscilla Oseiwusu. Priscilla, please, are you here with us? Okay. So, would you mind introducing yourself to our guest? I know I mentioned a few things about you, but can you tell us who Priscilla is and how she found the digital space?
Associates in Hub where we help SMEs grow and scale up. But before that, I have found myself in a number of industries, but after some time, I just wanted to be able to have a skill that even if I wasn't employed, I could, leverage on to make money. So I have found myself studying a little bit of software development and be a virtual assistant. So I did a bit of freelancing there too before I entered into content marketing. So yeah, briefly, that's me in the tech space, and yeah, that'll be it.
That's an amazing one. So, speaking to our topic, that is leveraging social media for career growth, what comes into mind before we go into our questions for discussion? What comes into mind in this digital age? How can we leverage social media for career growth?
Okay, so this particular topic excites me because a week ago I was actually doing a presentation in office to my colleagues, and that was the topic I spoke about. Social media is actually an advantage to us based on how you look at it, and if you use it intentionally and use it well, it has numerous opportunities. So I'm quite excited to dive right into the topic and see how best we can learn from each other.
Okay. Um, so going to the questions, how do you think social media has changed the way people build their career today? What are your thoughts on it?
Okay. So social media, looking at it from the employer's point of view and the professional's point of view, I could only see it as an advantage because um, for the professional, it's an opportunity for you to put a step forward and then show what you can do to do for the employer. So, for example, if you're creative, before you you even apply for a job on your page, wherever on social media, if you have your work there, it makes your convincing easier. Okay, and for the employer, yes, people have nice CVs and all of that, but social media gives you a more overview of who the person is and whether their personality and other stuff aligns with what you know, your company is looking for. So it's a win-win for both parties, both employer and person looking to be employed. So yeah, it has really changed everything from just bringing in a CV to showing yourself and then, you know, taking it from there.
Okay, that's a great one. So, talking about social media, which social media platforms do you think are most effective if we want to build up and build our career or even professionally? What social media platforms do you think we can leverage?
No. Okay, so I know that for different professions, different types of social media speaks to their work. For example, creatives like do very well with Behance, photographers have other ones, but to generalize it, I think LinkedIn is the one that stands out because LinkedIn has all types of professionals. It has like over 1 billion users and almost more than half of the users are actually decision makers, industry leaders, you know, all those people are gathered there. So if you are looking forward to professional growth, I think LinkedIn is the place you should be. In fact, even if you have other platforms that are specialized to your industry, you should at least be on LinkedIn plus those other platforms. So yes, definitely LinkedIn.
Okay, definitely LinkedIn. So on this show, we try to connect the youth to employability. We try to bring them expect advice and also all other opportunities. I just want to ask, how can we identify or take advantage of job or interview opportunities on social media? I mean, social media comes with a lot of content, different content, whether career-wise, entertainment-wise, but how can we leverage it in a good way to get jobs or internship opportunities?
Okay. So, as somebody looking for a job, one thing you would do is to jump on every opportunity you see, every vacancy post you see. So I'll start by saying that the best way to leverage on getting a job on social media is to be proactive. So you can pick a company page, scan it, look at, especially if your job is in communications and social media like mine, you can look at their page and then find a void, something they need. You introduce, so you first apply, even without a vacancy. Okay, you apply, you let them know this is who I am, this is what I can offer, and I've seen that your company is lacking in this, and this is a solution I can offer. So that's the best way and then the safest way to find a job online. But other than that, if you can apply for some of the vacancies, but then you have to be careful. And another thing to consider is before you apply for any job, you are also your remember you have an account on social media. So you have to make sure your page is audited, your personal brand is on point because if the employer comes in and looks, it's supposed to be something that is worth following up on. So yes, first of all, as I said, I think it would be better to be proactive. But then if you want to also apply for vacancies to make sure your page is good, and then when they come, they will like what they see. So yeah, that's all I want to add.
Okay, it's great you mentioned that because I was going to go into that side. Because when you apply for a job, employers want to check out on social media for like and look out into what you're doing. So how do we ensure that our pages reflect professionalism? If I would ask in that sense, because they're going to go look out for us and we want our pages to look like people who are ready for the job and will bring productivity into the job. So how do we tailor our social media pages to reflect professionalism?
Okay, thank you. So It goes, please, can you hear me?
I can. Go on.
Okay, so this topic brings us to something very important that you have to consider as a professional when you are on social media, which is branding. Okay, so branding, although you can be intentional and create branding, whether you create it or not, it is there. So sometimes let's do this quick test. When I mention a name of somebody you know, immediately a perception comes into your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Either the person is quiet, loud, the person is well dressed, all of that. Those things that come to your mind as you mention the person's name is the person's brand. Although the person might not have actually branded or mentioned that this is me, you automatically pick that. And that's the same with our social media pages. Okay, whether you create it or not, there's a brand existing. So that means if you leave your page anyhow, some people are so modest that they don't even want to put a profile picture on their social media pages. They are so modest that they don't want to brag about what they do. So they'll put something like Christ is Lord or something. So that alone is a brand, showing people that you are not really interested in this thing called social media that people are doing. So I would advise that you create a personal brand for yourself, but then this time be intentional about it. So luckily, social people don't know you, who you are in person. So on social media, it's more of an advantage, a clean slate to create something for yourself. So you can actually write that if people see me, this is what I want people to see. So you write them down and then you let them inform everything you're doing. So if you want people to see you as very professional, and then you put that in there as the things that you are working towards, then when you are taking a picture to put on your profile picture, that should inform it. When you are putting a header on your page, that should inform it. When you're writing your bio, you want to be professional. You didn't say you want to be Christ-like or you want to be prefer. You said you want to be professional. You have to put something about your profession, how well you do it on there. So everything should conform to the things that you have written, that when you want people to see you or hear your name, the things they want to associate with it should inform every single thing you put on your page. So if you want to be seen as a fun person, you should be putting content on there that shows that you are a fun person. If you say you are a very good photographer, that means you're supposed to be seeing a very good photography on your page. So yes, that is what I would say when it comes to the branding. Because if I am a hirer or I'm hiring and then I pick your CV and I pick your cover letter and your social media is attached to it. When I go on your page, I'm supposed to be seeing things that back what's on your CV and your cover letter. So if you do that, I'm sure it will go a long way to benefit you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing one. If we want to apply for jobs and we want to give a clean picture of who we are and what we do to our employees, I think it's important that we tailor our social media pages to suit what we want to do so that our employers will take us serious. That's a great one. So talking about social media, for our listeners out there, we want you to share a few tips from what you know. If we want to go into social media influencing or marketing or management, what is it a difficult thing to do? What are some tips? What are some things that have helped you throughout your journey? If you don't mind sharing it with our listeners.
Okay. Thank you. So you started by asking what it takes for you to be an influencer, and then you came to ask about social media management.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are entirely very different.
Yeah.
Very different, yes. So I think, but then I have more experience when it comes to social media management, but with the influencing part, I think, I guess, based on what I'm saying, yes, give
Okay.
my 2 cents on
Yeah.
that.
You.
So, when it comes to social media management, starting from you actually looking for a job in social media management, you can't be a painter and then we come to your house and your house is unpainted. Okay, so you first of all have to put a lot into creating your social media page and then making it look presentable, making it get there enough, like building a little bit of a community and engagement around your social media pages. You have to learn social media and actually understand how it works. Okay, because social media management is one of the most misunderstood fields, I think, because social media management is not necessarily content creation. You inform or you suggest the kind of content that should be created, but then you're not necessarily a content creator. So first of all, you have to understand the trends, okay? And social media management is an industry. So if you are, how do I put it? If you are in an NGO setting, you should know what content works there, what trends work there, what are the things that I should take note, what are the things that will make my page grow, what are some of the things that I should suggest for us to post. Okay, and then you manage when you post, you see how well that post is doing, and it informs you in other posts. But if you are, for example, doing it for an entertainment industry, what might work for the NGO might not work for the entertainment. If you're doing social management for a school, you should understand the stakeholders involved. You should understand parents. You should understand teachers. You should understand the education ecosystem, what is happening there, and then what will work. Okay, so all of that is very important. First of all, you should know your industry, you should know the trends, and you should know which content will resonate with all of these things. And if you are now applying to go into it, you should also make sure that your social media is actually quoted unquote popping a little bit. So the best way to do it is experience. So you can start by doing internships for people. Okay, you can go online, look at a business. Oh, I've seen that you do so and so. I think that I can help you. It's not even necessarily about the pay. At the beginning, you should focus more about getting the experience, getting the know-how to do, and then you move from there. So that when you actually start applying for actual jobs, you can tell them, oh, this is what I do. This is how I moved somebody's page from this stage to that stage. And yeah, continuous learning, because when it comes to social media and tech and all of that, it's moving really fast. What worked last year is not necessarily what is working now. So yeah, continuous learning, and then yeah, I think you should be good to go with that side.
Oh, that's a lot of information you've shared with us, and we are grateful for the opportunities also. So, I want to ask, I
Mm.
think for our listeners out there, do you have to like have studied a particular course or program or even attended a certain school to be able to manage someone's social media account or even be a social media manager? Are there other courses? We want to hear. We want a lot of opportunities for our listeners. Are there other courses? Are there other training materials that you were privileged to have had that you can share with us? Because for our listeners, they every day there are complaints. There's unemployment. There are no jobs. But then the digital space is really becoming a big thing, and we want our listeners to tap into these opportunities. So if you could help us with that.
Okay, so let me make this clear. You don't necessarily need a particular degree or certificate to do social media. Okay, you can actually pick up courses to learn just to get the knowledge and then maybe be better, but you don't need a particular certificate to start. With the starting, it has to be the interest, okay? And from my field, social media happens to be just a part of the whole, like the whole communications, but social media just happens to be a part of it. But if you want to do social media as in just social media, now is the best time to learn anything. If you go online, even if you use ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, I want to learn how to be a social media manager, explain it to me like I'm 10 years old. It will give you everything you need for the business. And then the rest is experience. I can't emphasize on this enough. It's experience. The more you do something, the better you get at it. So you can use your own personal social media building as a test case. You can create your own calendar, do maybe a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day challenge and see how your page goes. Try things with your page and see which one works. And then from there, as I said, proactively intern with other people, use this as a learning platform, and then move from there. Every information you need is online and it's free. You can decide to buy paid courses just to be better, but then I always encourage people to start first. Okay, when you start, then you know where the voids are, and then if you decide to actually pay to learn more, then that's it. But then just start, because you can learn and get all the information, but then when you start working, you realize that you're still struggling. But then when you learn, you know, and then when you start the job and then you go and learn, it feels more practical and then it's more beneficial to you. So just start. Just start. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Just start. That is a good one. When you start, that is when you identify the gaps, the mistakes, and throughout the journey, you get to learn more and become better.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to our next question. How do you identify trends? I know we are going to mention social media, but then when you for me, when I open my Instagram or okay, LinkedIn is more of professional stuff. But when I open my Instagram, it's more of entertainment, maybe because of what I watch. But yeah. So how do you stay updated? Do Are there certain pages I need to check on Instagram or any other um social media platform to identify the new trends in the digital space and all that? How do you stay updated to current trends?
Okay. So, with trends, as I said, it's usually specific to your industry. So, if you're a developer, I know they have their Stack Flow. If you're a designer, I know they have their Behance, and all of that. So, it's specific to your industry. Yeah, very specific to your industry. So, but if I get to social media, um, as I mentioned earlier that I work in social media, for example, LinkedIn, as you manage the page, you bench your company's page to other pages that are doing similar things to what you are doing. So you can actually check whether you are doing better than them, you are doing worse than them, whether so those trend and those analytics kind of helps you know, so oh, this is what is moving now in this industry. And when it comes to Instagram and then the other platforms, I would say try and pick pages that you're trying to let your page be better than or get up to, like be a par. And then see the growth, the kind of content, and then pick it up from there so that you are not an island and then you have a fair idea of what is happening within your industry. And with entertainment, yes, every platform has what it works there. That means if you see there are lots of entertainment on Instagram, and for example, social media manager and your page is all sales, 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 then you should create something that is more entertaining for your page. All of those things are still yardsticks and analytics and trends that you can use to make the pages that you're managing better, I'd say. I hope that was helpful.
That was very helpful.
Mhm.
So during the session, we've learned that we should start. Um, all you need is to start. When we are starting, we'll learn as we go, and also we shouldn't care about the money or the profits at the moment. We want to develop our skills, so we should take internships. If there are trainings, free or paid, we should tap into that. And we shouldn't say they are no jobs in Ghana because there are lots of jobs in the digital space. That the thing is that we are not going to search. We are not searching for it. We want the jobs to find us, but let's do well to search for it. It has been a very insightful session, and we are excited to have you on the show. Before we go, we usually ask for your last words. Any advice for anyone listening, anyone who wants to venture into the digital marketing space, whether social media management, any aspect of the digital marketing space? What is your advice for them? What would you want them to do differently? Maybe you want to save them from some mistakes. So let's hear an advice for the listeners.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody looking for a job or looking forward to entering the digital marketing and all of that space, all I would say is that learn, and then learn some more because this industry is fast moving. Some things that work now might not even be working again in the years to come. Okay. And then if you've not yet found your footing, this is even a more opportunity to learn new things and be better. And then secondly, don't be shy. Don't be too modest to show what you can do and what you have. So if you are good at something, now all you need is the camera. Put that out there and then make people know what you can do. And then lastly, what I would add is don't give up. Okay, I know it can be daunting sometimes, but be proactive. Okay, you might email 10 companies telling them you want to do this for them, even for free. And out of the 10, you might get just two or one to even get it back to you, although it's free. But don't give up, be relentless, and then all you need is just one opportunity. You don't need all these 10 people getting back to you. So, and then the one opportunity, when you get the chance, put in your all, do your best, and I'm sure everything would fall in place. So, yes, these are the few nuggets I would give out.
Amazing. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. So, Priscilla, for anyone who wants further information from you or wants to reach out to you, could you give us social media pages or even places we can find you for more information?
Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm on LinkedIn as Priscilla Osewusu. I'm on Instagram as Mami. Most people know me as the Combs Girly. Yes, and I think on TikTok too as the same name. So yes, do get in touch and let's grow together.
Amazing, amazing. We thank you for joining us on the show. My listeners and I, we are very grateful for the insightful opportunities and messages you've brought us. Want to say a big thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very honored.
Amazing, amazing. So this has been the Next Gen Connect show right here on Z101.9 FM. I hope you enjoyed today's session. We're going to meet same time next week with amazing opportunities. That's a wrap.